You know what's one of the sneakiest ways to kill your business before it even starts? It's not lack of money. It's not the competition. It's being a perfectionist. Yeah, that thing people usually brag about in job interviews. My biggest weakness, I'm a perfectionist. Well, in business, that's like saying, my biggest weakness, I like to stab my own feet before running a race. Here's the thing. Perfectionism sounds noble. You want everything to be flawless. The logo, the website, the product, even the shade of blue on your Instagram posts. But in reality, it's a silent productivity killer. It delays launches. It makes you overthink every tiny decision. And sometimes it makes you quit before you even start.
Picture this. You're about to start selling homemade cookies online. You spend 3 weeks trying to decide whether your brand name should be Sweet Haven or Cookie Kingdom. You create 5 different logo designs, then scrap all of them because you think the whisk looks too aggressive. Meanwhile, your competitor just started selling with a simple "Buy My Cookie" sign, and now they're already shipping orders nationwide. Perfectionism is like that one friend who takes an hour to get ready for a 10-minute trip to the store. Yes, you look great, but the store's closed now. Here's the harsh truth. In business, done is better than perfect. You don't need the perfect version of your product to start. You need a functional version that solves a problem. And the sooner you get it out there, the sooner you can improve it with real customer feedback, instead of sitting alone in your room, polishing it for eternity.
Perfectionism feels safe. You tell yourself, I'm not ready yet. I just need to tweak this one last thing. But in reality, that one last thing never ends. It's like waiting for the perfect weather to start running. You'll be standing there in your sneakers for years, checking the forecast, and still finding a reason not to go. Every week you spend making something perfect is a week you're not learning from the market. And the market, it's the only real teacher that matters. Data from startup studies shows that most successful businesses change their original product or strategy multiple times because the first version is almost never the final winner. If you wait until you think it's flawless, you'll be late to the game. Look at Instagram. When it first launched, it wasn't even called Instagram. It was called Berm, a clunky app for location check-ins. The photo sharing feature was just a side king. But they released it anyway, got feedback, and pivoted into what we know today. Imagine if they had delayed the launch because the font wasn't quite right or the logo needed more shine. We might all still be stuck on Facebook, poking each other. Here's the trick. Perfectionism often hides fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment. If you never launch, you never fail, right? Wrong. You fail quietly without even realizing it because you never gave yourself a chance. It's like buying a treadmill, putting it in your living room, and then saying, I'm just waiting for the perfect pair of running shoes before I start. 3 years later, it's a very expensive clothes rack. If you want to win in business, you've got to accept this. Your first version will not be perfect. It's not supposed to be. In fact, chasing perfection in the early stage is like polishing a car that has no engine. It looks nice, but it's not going anywhere. So how do you avoid falling into this perfectionism trap? Let's talk about the mindset shift that will save you months, even years of wasted time. Perfection is a moving target. You'll never hit it. Instead, focus on progress. Ask yourself, is this good enough to test? Not, is this flawless? Because in business, good enough beats still not launched every time. Think of it like cooking. You don't need a Michelin star meal to invite friends over. Sometimes, pizza delivery gets the job done, and everyone's happy. One of the fastest ways to kill perfectionism is to launch something before you feel ready. Yes, it's scary. Yes, you'll notice flaws immediately. But here's the secret. Customers don't care about 90% of the things you obsess over. You think they're judging your font choice. They're actually wondering if your product solves their problem.
Dropbox started as a 3-minute demo video before they even built the product. The video went viral, they got thousands on the waitlist, and only then did they create the real thing. If you keep telling yourself, "I'll launch when it's ready," newsflash, it will never be ready. Instead, set a public deadline. Tell your friends, post it online, announce it to potential customers. Nothing lights a fire under you like the thought of people asking, "Hey, where's that thing you promised?" It's like agreeing to host a party. Suddenly you're cleaning your house at 2 a.m. because people are showing up tomorrow. 80% of results usually come from 20% of your effort. Identify that 20% that actually moves your business forward and do more of it. The rest, let it slide, at least for now. You can polish later, but you can't get back lost time. Think of your business like a phone update. The first version might be a little buggy, but you can always release version 1.1 later. No one's expecting you to ship the iPhone 20 on day 1. Perfectionism will always whisper in your ear, telling you to wait just a little longer. Your job is to smile, thank it for the concern, and launch anyway. Now, let's wrap this up with a quick reminder of why action beats perfection every single time.
Here's the truth. The most successful entrepreneurs you admire, they didn't start with perfect products, perfect branding, or perfect timing. They started with something and made it better along the way. Amazon started as a clunky online bookstore Jeff Bezos ran from his garage. Apple, first computer was literally built in a wooden box. Nike began by selling shoes from the trunk of a car. You don't see the messy drafts, the failed prototypes, or the awkward first versions, because by the time you hear about them, they've already refined the product 20 times. So don't judge your chapter 1 by someone else's chapter 20. If you wait until it's perfect, you'll still be preparing this time next year. If you start now, you could be profitable this time next year.
Remember, a mediocre product in the market beats a perfect product in your head. Customers can't buy an idea you're still working on, and every week you delay is a week you're not learning from real feedback. Think of launching your business like posting a selfie. You can spend hours fixing the lighting, the angle, and the filter, or you can just post it. Because honestly, your friends are scrolling too fast to notice that tiny hair out of place. So take that idea, strip it down to the essentials, and put it out there. Not next month, not when things calm down, today. Because perfection is a myth, progress is real, and action changes everything. If you got value from this video, hit that like button so YouTube knows we're doing something right. And if you're serious about starting your own business, subscribe. I've got more no-fluff, real-world tips coming your way.